Hello YouTube, my name is Jake of All Trades here, and today we're going to learn something a little different. I had a friend of mine text me and say that she didn't quite understand how to use a D.V.O.M, a D.M.M, voltmeter. They go by all kinds of different names. I call them D.V.O.Ms. There's a lot of people that call them D.M.M still, digital multimeter, D.V.O.M, digital volt ohm meter, MM multimeter, so many different names, but we're going to kind of go over today a little bit how to use one. So bear with us, stand by. All right, folks, here we are back. I don't know how good this is going to turn out, but we're going to give it a shot. I have here on my bench my digital volt ohm meter or my D.V.O.M. I'm going to try and get it a little bit better light here. Oops, that won't work. Try and get it better view. This is basically a D.V.O.M looks like. You can see here, and I'm going to try and spin and show you at the same time. This plug here is where the positive side goes in. There's a little red ring around this, but if you look up here, it's volt. That middle symbol there is ohms, and the symbol over here is milliamps. So we'll get our red plug here in a second. We'll plug it in here. Our black plug goes in here, otherwise known as the common. Over here, which we're not going to discuss today, is your amp part of it. This meter here is good for 10 amps, and that is fused inside. So if it goes above 10 amps, the fuse blows to protect the meter. All right, folks, we're back, and as you can see, I've got the red plug over here plugged into the volt side of it. I have my common plugged into my common. I also want to let you know that sometimes these don't always look the same. Like something, these will have like a little pointy metal thing sticking out. I don't know if you can see it in there. This one just has a sheath over it. The sheath is not removable, but there are different kinds of test leads. So if you happen to break these or lose these, remember if yours had an end like this, how long it was approximately, so that it will fit down back inside the receiver of the meter. Now on to the meter. I have a very inexpensive Southwire D.V.O.M. Today we're just going to discuss the DC side. DC is direct current, which is most commonly found in a battery. This happens to be a 9-volt battery I've just got laying around. This is not a sponsored video by Rayovac. I just happen to have one of these batteries laying around. All right, on to a little bit of function of my meter. As you can see, it is off. This is a dial, so it does spin either direction, and it will go all the way around no matter how many times you spin it. We're going to go over here to this side, which is DC. I don't know if you can see, there's a solid line and 3 dotted lines under it. That means DC. Over here, you can see it's got a wavy line. The wavy line means AC current. Or AC voltage. We're not going to be going to that side today. We're going to over here, and I'm going to go all the way down to where it says 20V. That means 20 volts. So in this setting, this meter will read up to 20 volts direct current. If I go to 200 where I've left it, it will go up to 200 volts direct current, and 600 of course will be 600 volts direct current. But let's put it in the 20 volt section here. And I will set this camera up, and we will get a reading off of this battery. But before we get to the battery, let's discuss the ends. See how these ends have a little bit of this sheathing on it here. So this sheathing is designed to help protect your fingers. So what happens is the sheathing will come off. Just a second here. The sheathing will come off. This part will come off and expose more of this tip right here. This tip is very sharp, very pointy, and it hurts when it stabs into your finger. But if we pull that off there, you can see that there's a longer tip for going in an outlet, but that would be for AC, and again, we'll discuss that another day. And to show you the size of that, the tip cover is pretty good size, pretty girthy. Designed to keep the electric shock away from you for when you're actually sticking this into AC stuff. I've changed around the camera a little bit, sorry. My other side doesn't have as much room. So again, my meter here, Mine happens to have a little stand on the back of it. Hopefully this will work for you. Okay, here we are, we're on. You can see our decimal point. Well, maybe you can see our decimal point is right down in here. So anything, remember, this thing will only read up to 20 volts. I have a 9-volt battery here, so that should be plenty for us to start with right here. So we're going to put this here, and on a 9-volt battery, if you're not familiar, there are two little tabbies up here. One's a thin tab, the other one is a thicker tab. They both appear to be female, but they're not. This is actually the male side, and this is the female side. And a 9-volt battery, if you didn't know, the smaller of the two tabs is positive and the bigger is negative. Now let's see if this 9-volt battery has any voltage at all in it. So I'm going to hook up my black wire to the negative side. I don't know if it's in the picture. I don't know where I'm at here. Oh, here we go. Sorry, we're going to hook the up here to the negative. We're going to put this one in the positive. And we've got 9.61 volts, DC. Now that's an approximate, of course. These aren't 100% perfect, but you know, 9.5 volts is what a 9-volt battery is. So if we flip this around, you know, we took it off, it's reading 0 now. Let's flip it around and we go to the negative and positive. Well, now it reads minus 9 volts. It does this that way we don't blow the display up, don't blow the multimeter up. The multimeter is smart enough on DC voltage, not current, voltage, to know the difference. If you were to flip these two on the current side, you could destroy the meter also. But we'll discuss that another day. I appreciate y'all for watching. Thank you very much.